All right, so here's a question. What's on the calendar this week? Not the to-do list, not what you hope to get done, what's actually scheduled. So basically, here's the truth. What's not on your calendar is not real. You say you want to get healthy? Well, where's the block time to the gym, the meal prep? You say, my mom, my dad, my spouse, they mean a lot to me. What is it that's already slated for you to take off their plate to make their lives easier? You say you want to be a starter next year. Where's the time that you're putting in the gym to make sure that you're going to be better today or better tomorrow than you were today? We got to make sure that we block time. So, what we're going to talk about in this next piece is what is our least desired outcome? Basically, I want you to describe what's going to happen if nothing changes. Now you got to think, what if I keep doing the same things to get to where I currently am to get to where I want to go? You got to think of it very simply like this. Let's say you enter high school. There's four teams you can make: freshman A, freshman B, JV, or varsity. The very next year, there's only JV and varsity. So now there's only 20 spots left. Let's say you make it to your senior year, there's only 10 spots left. Now, let's go even beyond that. Let's say you want to play college. Only 3.5% of kids that play basketball get to play beyond high school. That means if there's 100 basketball players in the room, only three get to play collegiately. So my work ethic has to match where I want to go. I can't keep doing what my peers do. Before, I used to aimlessly play basketball outside. Well, that's good enough to make the team at the Y and maybe start and make your team in junior high. But now I need to train and start practicing on purpose. I can't keep getting up and hit snooze 5 times before I actually get up. I can't keep saying, oh, it's too cold to get a workout in, or I'm too tired, or I need to make sure I have all the best players on my team if I'm going to get up and play this pickup game. Your mentality, your mindset, your habits, your worldviews have got to change, and they have to get beyond your peers. A lot of players make the mistake as they look around them and they think, hey, I'm the biggest fish in this pond, and they don't realize they're competing against the ocean of talent. So, in this section, we're going to describe the least desired outcome, the nightmare. This is absolutely necessary because your brain needs contrast, the dream versus the nightmare. And if you're the person that aimlessly works out or wakes up when the alarm goes off, then chances are you probably haven't considered the consequences of your inaction. This is where your mind starts to crave the ideal because staying the same becomes unbearable. So we need you to vividly describe what's going to happen if I keep doing what I'm doing. Is my life going to stay the same or even worse, get worse, and I never really accomplish the dreams and the goals that I have for myself? All right, so remember, we have to describe the nightmare. This is going to ensure that we become the person we need to be to get to our dreams. So we have to see it on paper. We have to kind of relive it in our head to say, you know what? I do need to get up. I do need to push through. I do need to become better and create a routine. I do this with my personal life. I do this with my business, and it's gonna help you act and put into action a lot quicker. All right, so let's say I didn't make the A team or I didn't make A team at all. You have to understand, like, to get to that next level, you're going to have to create routines. Your strengths put you on the court and your weaknesses take you off. Your strengths are easy to work on. A lot of kids that are good shooters can take 500 shots a day, but if they're bad defensive players, they can't do 500 defensive slides. So, what do you do with the weaknesses that are keeping you off the A team or off the team at all? You got to turn them into routines. So start thinking about what do I need to start doing and what flaws are in my game that I'm not getting done and making a routine so I can ensure that I get better in those areas. Let's say another nightmare, getting my position or starting position taken. Let's say you got the spirit of complacency. Oh, you know what? You counted out all the people. You see that you're pretty tall and you're going to be one of the top five guys. So then you spend all summer playing PlayStation. Well, all of a sudden, two new guys move in, and they're tall, they're athletic, and they play the same position as you. Because you weren't preparing and you got complacent, they passed you up. And so many kids make the mistake, and why we're talking about the nightmare is because you got to ensure that people don't leapfrog you. You got to make sure that, like, you're working on your game to a place that it says, you know what, no matter how hard you work, it's going to be super rare that somebody steps into this gym working harder and has a higher IQ and knows the game and how to apply it better than me. Those are the things you do. You always act as if somebody's chasing you. And more importantly, I think a better way to say it is you always have to be competing with the best version of yourself. If you do that, you're always going to give yourself a shot. Let's say you're already in high school, you're a senior, and you don't have a scholarship offer yet. Well, again, we're back to assuming that what got me to where I'm currently at, being the starter, being the top person at this gym, is the same person I get to be in terms of my preparation to get into college. And a lot of times players find out too late that what they should have been doing is what would have gotten them there. And they don't really look back at the consequences. I've seen players not be starters on ninth grade because when they were in the sixth grade, they wanted to play with their friends. And when they were in the seventh grade, they wanted to play for the coach that passed out ice cream after games. And so they made a bunch of bad decisions. So when everybody else was growing and getting better and developing their game, they were stagnant because they were focused on their emotions and not their goals. And what happened is in the ninth grade, now all of a sudden they're not equipped to play at the level they need to play to be a starter or make the team. And the same thing goes for college. A lot of players are in a position now where every step you got to do is forward. I mean, there's a lot of there. Most players, if you're in high school and college is a goal, you don't have any time to take any step backwards. Heck, you don't even have time to take any steps sideways. Every step and decision from here has to be forward. So to ensure that you're making forward progress, you have to write the nightmare down. You have to read it. You have to envision it, make it feel like it's real. So it pushes you to get up and do things that you should do even when you don't want to do them. And that's how you become elite. You normalize weird. The things doing 3 a days is weird. Well, that's just normal for me. That's what I do because that's what it takes to get in the 3.5 or become the percentage in the top 5% of something. So make sure you give yourself a shot, write down your nightmares, and then make sure they don't happen.